Hi, I'm another fanfic critic, as if you need one more of us. Well, it's Monday, and my mom finally went home yesterday, so life is back to normal. And since I'm in a pretty decent mood today, and my work is only about 3 minutes from my apartment, I decided I would come home for lunch and try to finish episode 4. So, in the first part of this story, No One Knew, just as a reminder, it is a story about Bellatrix Lestrange at age 6. And it's supposed to be an explanation of why she's crazy. So, what parts have I read? Okay. So we left off on the part where the dad is beating her and calling her Trixie. Ugh. And something I noticed upon reading it is that they're saying her last name is Lestrange already in the flashback when she's 6. That's not her last name until she marries Rudolphus. Her last name is Black. Please do your research. Alright. So we leave off on the part where she is getting crucioed and other forms of abuse by her parents for seeing Joshua the Muggle boy, which I really don't understand. In the family she's raised in, how would she even go about meeting Muggles? They tend to stay as far away from them as possible, but let's start at the next part. No one knew that I was once, cute. Get rid of that comma. What is up with you and commas, author? I once wore pink and pigtails. Until I learnt that we only serve only those pure of blood. These are sentence fragments. I wasn't convinced all that much till I turned 16. That day changed me completely. It left a scar. Another flashback. You never learn, girl. You never learn, her father said. Crucio. Crucio, her mother screamed. Bellatrix couldn't take it anymore. So they're both crucioing her now? Jeez. No, father, I will not, in all caps, marry Rudolphus. He's vile, he's cruel, and he whores every girl he gets his filthy hands on. So Rudolphus is a pimp? You will marry him when you turn 17, or by Salazar, you will meet him when you die. The round of spells continued. He's the purest bloodlines there is, her mother said, and another set of Cruciatus curses were sent by her parents. They ceased their fire and turned to the younger girls, who were embracing each other with fear. You will marry who we say, or you will suffer like your dear sister. He spat on the ground next to them and walked out with his wife. Bellatrix was left in the middle of the basement floor, her beautifully curly black... Beautifully curly? No. You mean beautiful curly black hair. Spilling over her face, mingling with the tears. Hey, tears, what's up? I'm hair. They're mingling. She tried undoing the shackles that were chained to the floor, but unable. Unable is one word, not two. Jeez, I wish I was off work so this could be alcohol. Bells, Andy asked, again with the nicknames. Are you alright? I can't do it anymore. He shags girl in every broom closet he finds. He's harmed my mate Lucinda while doing it, and she nearly died. Damn. What the hell kind of kinky ass sex does he have where you almost die? God. Bellatrix was embraced by both her sisters. If it helps, think about his gold. You could kill him while he sleeps. You'd receive all the gold, Narcissa said gently. It's kind of interesting that Narcissa is the one to say that, since she marries Lucius Malfoy, one of the richest guys in their world. I can't murder someone, Sissa. Even if I hate them that much, I can't, Bellatrix said. She spotted a scar at the top of her breast where the top of the corseted dress showed flesh. And then they put a quotation. read your fucking story before you publish it, please? Please? Bells, it shows how much you suffered and how much more you will. It will remind you how strong you are. Not many people can survive that without dying. Andy said, hurt. You'll pull through, you will, Andy said. Alright. Now we're back to, present time. No one knew of my pregnancy. I snuck out every few nights to see Joshua. But that day, it killed my baby. Please don't start a sentence with but. Please. I hate that shit. I was at 6 months. God. Why? Just typing the word 6. Does this really not take that long? It's 3 letters. Stop being lazy. I was hardly showing. You were hardly showing at 6 months? Yeah, I find that really hard to believe. My sisters helped hide the relatively non-existent bulge by dressing me to disguise it, but it killed her. Wow. Wow, you must feel like shit. I buried her in the dead of night with my sisters present. They acted godmothers. We sprinkled water on her grave. When are you gonna grow a dead baby flower? I was gonna name her Rose, as rosy as her father's cheeks. But I never would. I grieved hard that day. She was supposed to be born. I was gonna show her as proof of Rodolphus' philandering. But I could never be a mother after that. She was delivered painfully, and I could never see a child without wanting to cry. Right? God. Is this story over yet? Jeez, how long have I been recording? 6 minutes already? Well, let's just try to summarize the rest of this really quick so we can finish this up. Alright, no one knew I was close to both of them. I was in Slytherin. Sissa was in Ravenclaw. And Andy, as they were geniuses. I could never par their superiority. My first night with Rodolphus was hell, blah 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 blah. I could have murdered him. You know, this story's supposed to be dark. Explain why she's crazy. Yeah, it's really bad that she accidentally killed her baby because she was wearing a corset, probably, but I really don't feel bad for her at all. Like, I don't. Maybe that makes me a horrible person. Maybe it's just because it's horribly written. Alright, let's look at the last part. Now, okay, she's evil. She's torturing her husband or something. These are just like kind of set in little sections with random flashbacks and present day explanations. The last part is where she's older. Let's see. That final moment. That's not a sentence. Before I died. That's not a sentence. I was dueling a girl. Oh my god. There are just so many sentence fragments. God, why? You could easily put like 15 of these sentences into 1 or 2. Every night in Azkaban I would cry for my baby girl, Rose. She would be so disappointed in her mother to know she was a murderer. I was driven insane by this single thought. I changed completely in Azkaban, and not for the better. I killed children. I lost the bonds that a mother would have for her child. I was disgusted with myself. I was dueling a girl who had a mother. I couldn't control myself. Azkaban and Cruciatus Cursed drove me to insanity and further. It was the best thing to happen to me when Molly Weasley killed me. I could at last see my Rose. I was drifting away. Are you my mummy? The little girl asked Bellatrix. Oh, by the way, this is in italics. She was small, about 3 years old. Please spell out the number. The age Bellatrix wanted to see her daughter the most. Okay, it's kind of weird. The little girl had curly black hair and the brightest blue eyes and the rosiest cheeks and the most adorable smile. Please put a period at the end of that sentence. Thanks. What's your name, sweetheart? Bellatrix asked kindly. She noticed in the mirror hanging beside her that she was no longer grimy. Her hair was back. to its beautiful curls, and she was in muggle clothes, something she'd done when she was 6 just the once. Rose, Rose Black, the little girl said, and Bellatrix knelt down and hugged her tightly. Yes, I'm so sorry, she cried. It's okay, Mummy. Can we play hide-and-seek now? She asked in a typical childish manner. Bellatrix in hot pursuit. She caught up to her, falling to the ground, both giggling. She gained strange looks from Snape, who was there too, talking to the Potters. Okay. Needless to say, everyone was looking at her oddly. You're her mother? She's been bothering everyone for hours? Question mark? That's not a question. Get rid of the question mark. Snape said to her. Yes, problem? She asked brightly. Okay. Bellatrix walked away, carrying her daughter in her arms. She was sane and complete. For once in her life, she laughed. And that's the end of the story. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't like or care about this story at all. Really out of character, made up nicknames, having her last name be Lestrange when it should have been Black, making up random characters and then they never really appear in the story again, like the Muggle boy Joshua. Like, where did that even come from? You didn't even need him there. And what I find really frustrating is that the books and movies really don't give any indications at all that Bellatrix feels remorse for anything she has ever done. She is pretty consistently insane and psychopathic throughout the series. So what annoyed me was when it said she was dueling with Molly Weasley and she was feeling so bad because she tried to kill Jenny. If anyone remembers that really famous scene in the books, she's just cackling away trying to kill Jenny, and then Molly Weasley comes up, you know, not my daughter, you bitch, and kills her. And there's, you know, Bellatrix has no remorse, and she's just crazy. That's it. And we love her because she's crazy. Why you gotta make it like, oh, she had a troubled childhood and her parents beat her and then she liked to muggle Joshua and blah blah blah, then she sees her baby in heaven. It's just, oh, it's cheese, cornball stupid. And it was grammatically incorrect. So, yeah, this story was dumb. I hated it. I'm no longer in a decent mood. But, yeah. So I'm gonna eat some leftover pizza, and I may do another show tonight, episode 5, if I feel like it. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. So, this is another fanfic critic, signing off.